Hi, good morning, and thank you for tuning in today. Today, let's discuss the two very key important things in terms of relationships, the questions you should ask yourself and reflect on those things and how a boy, a girl, man, or woman needs to reevaluate those things for better relationships. What specific things about your love life brings you happiness? These are the self-reflecting questions. The answers is with you, and what actions you need to take is also with you. Is it someone who shares your daily activities with? Is it the security of being in love with each other? Is it security of being in couple, be it for men and women, and some of them do fall for the securities? Is it the excitement you both are chasing in a daily life? The questions may seem to be simple, but the answers can astound you. And there is a wonderful study done in US that on an average, each couple spends in a day for all the reflecting questions is less than 10 minutes, be it with activities, be it with all those interactions, activities, so on and so forth. Imagine the average married person spends less than 10 minutes a day with their mate. How would that relationships look like? And how could you make more time for each other, irrespective of the busy lives we do go through? And let's be honest, each of you need each other. And then each of you have a different vulnerabilities, which other person needs to give a comfort, and so on and so forth. The idea behind even getting into the relationships, not because of any other external factors. Yeah, external factors can help you to build, but if you both don't connect each other in a deeper level, things may not look like the best possible for the years ahead of you. But spending less than a 10 minutes day, as per the statistics says, is not the right way for each other to look within and ask how much time I can spend with my intimate partner, someone who close to connect you, for you to say long lasting, and also the more understanding in a deeper level, for you to connect to each other, which can definitely bring you, I'm not saying that happiness, but definitely brings you greater understanding, and to step back and step back when each of you or either of you following difficult times. And that's what the understanding does, seeing, being an empathetic way of understanding each other, and then being in other person's shoes to understand what could you do better to make other person feel comfortable. Imagine if you spend with someone like 15 years to 20 years. Is it a sad part later on to decide for a small hiccups for you to get separated? Yeah, things can go haywire, but at the same time, you both need to figure it out a way to sort out the things in a best possible way. And in particular, if you are having a grown-up kids and adults, and then it's not because what other things, don't take me wrong, but at the same time, it's about how each of you in intimate relationships or being each other, each of you think about each other is very important. Yeah, if you spend like 10, 15 years or sometimes even 30 years, people who spend together and they get divorced. Well, external factors, I'm not saying that you need to forgive each other for the knowingly doing the mistakes. Let's say having an external affairs, it's for both sides, it's not the right way to do. I mean, come on, the other person can get hurt, and the other person can go to a deeper depression because someone who you trusted for that long decided to go for something which didn't make even a sense. Yeah, if you want to figure it out on your own ways, and what gives you both of you that great pleasure, or else talking to each other can definitely bring you to that clarity, what someone likes, what someone don't like it. But just because you are uncomfortable talking to each other, thinking that what other person might think, and then going for external validation or going for external pleasurable things will definitely ruin your life, no matter you have 1 year of relationships or 30 years of marriage, 50 years of marriage. And that's how most of the time people do get carried away by taking granted by the other person. It should not be, because you should respect each other from the day one till you both drift apart in whichever the ways. It could be by death, or it could be by some things which people cannot control. Well, that's why it is always being said, mind. As long as you control your mind, as long as you control your desires and direct that in a right direction, things will definitely look into a right, smooth, and long way for each of you. If you don't have that clarity, if you don't want to do that, my suggestion or everyone's suggestion is don't commit yourself. Just go with the flow and have fun. So there is no commitments. If there is no commitments, you're on your own and do whatever makes you feel right at that point of time. But eventually, you will definitely fall back and think with the regret, saying that why did I do that? So that's not what. At some point of time, you need to take a drastic decisions or calls if you really want to pursue that kind of life. So, having said that, communication is a clear, communication is a clarity. That's something that you should continue to do even though it's uncomfortable. It's very easy to tell I love you, I like you, you're the best, but something you don't like to confront and put it in a best possible way that other person can understand. Yeah, there are times that you need to draw a line and say, hey, you know what, this is what I see, I don't like it. If you express in a best possible way for 1 or 2 times and the person is not getting through to the head, sometimes direct communication. So you really need to say, hey, you know what, I don't like that. And somehow this is why I don't like it. So I think we should work it out the best possible way. And if the person again continues, then you really need to step back and give some distance so that other person feels that yes, when the person is saying, the other person is saying, and he means it. And then you take the calls. So to sum this up, it's a sad reality to find out during the studies the people who is in a close relationships, people who are married or relationships, so on and so forth, gets less than 10 minutes a day for each other in your busy lives. Giving 10 minutes to each other doesn't, if you calculate even for 30 years, you hardly spend much. However, giving more time to each other, understanding each other's views, that can bring you a broader understanding for you to live a long and happy life. Thanks for watching. I hope that helps.